Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Enfys Tarot. It is Wednesday, December 18th, 2024, and it's time for an all signs tarot reading. Just fair warning, you're going to be hearing lots of noises today. We've got people painting, cooking, playing instruments, and there's a lot of life going on around us right now, which I think is only going to add to the energy of the room. So we're going to go with it. I hope everyone is doing well. I never know which order we're going to go in for the zodiac readings. I pull from my box of stones to find out who's coming up next. So without further ado, let's get started. First up, we've got Leo. Could we have a reading for Leo, please? All right. Six of Wands in reverse, King of Pentacles. Okay, Leo, I think you're going to have a pretty short reading today. It's time for you to do your own thing to start making a lot of money and being really, really prosperous. Stop listening to what people are telling you. You're going to have to do what Leos do and follow your own course of action here. And it's going to bring you a great deal of success. And then you've got the King of Swords. You know what to do. You know the truth of your situation. You know what will be the most successful for you, what you are best at, and how you can fully deliver your potential. And so you're going to have to go with that. You've got the clarity and you know the truth. So it's time to start acting on that truth. And you'll find, oh, and here's the other truth card. Okay, if you have been lying to yourself about anything, it's time to come clean on that, okay? Stop lying to yourself and get really, really clear. Yeah, and then we've got the Queen of Swords in reverse. So it's interesting. You've got the King of Swords upright and then the Queen of Swords in reverse. And in between them is the Seven of Swords in reverse. You know the truth and you're having a hard time defining it for yourself. It's like still on a subconscious level. So you're having a difficult time formulating exactly what the truth means for you. And so you're having some difficulty communicating that and implementing it into your life. That's why the Queen of Swords is in reverse. Also of note, when the Queen of Swords is in reverse, you want to make really sure, be really careful that you are managing your communication in a way that is productive and not confrontational or offensive. Sometimes when the Queen of Swords comes in reverse, especially for a Leo who can be pretty passionate at times and even standoffish, you want to make sure that you're communicating with finesse and grace and compassion with others. Don't be too sharp-tongued, all right? This is especially important for any Leos who currently are feeling slightly dissatisfied in where their efforts have brought them. What this is bringing you to, though, is the Magician. You've got the Magician card coming in today. So remember, Leos, it's up to you to manifest. You just need to be really honest with yourself, communicate clearly, implement your design, and you're going to have massive success. That's why you've got the King of Pentacles and the Magician. It's time for you to start manifesting. All right? Thank you for that Leo reading. That was a really clear, solid Leo reading. Let's go ahead and shuffle these cards back in. Clear them out. Clear the Leo energy out. Let's see who's coming in next. Next, we have Cancer. Cancer coming in next. Could we have a reading for Cancer, please? All right, Seven of Pentacles in reverse, Death upright. So right off the bat, Cancer, if you have been handling a situation that is bringing you some degree of disappointment, if you are not pleased with where your efforts have brought you, it may be time to pull the plug on whatever this thing is. The Death card coming in here is upright, meaning it's time to put something to bed in order to create the space and energy for some rebirth, some new birth, some new life, okay? So if you've been dragging something out, holding on to something that just does not seem to work, you can't seem to get the ball rolling with this, it may be time to call it quits, okay? Yeah, it's looking like there's some real disappointment here. Probably something that you've been working hard on. Maybe you were passionate about it. Could be a relationship, could be a business project. But in some area of your life, you're really unhappy with where things have gone. And you're at the point now where if you continue on this trajectory, you're going to be putting good money after bad, so to speak. You know, it's really, I'm thinking it's time for you to pull the plug. Feel the disappointment right now. I know that when you have to put something to an end that you were working hard on, it's incredibly disappointing, but the Wheel of Fortune card is coming in here upright. So this really has to be put to the wayside now. You've got to let this thing go in order to enter into a much more prosperous, successful period in your life. Yeah, and I hear you've got the Three of Wands. It's like you really don't want to change course right now. There's a lot of resistance. The World in reverse, you're super disappointed. Like you're really holding on to whatever this is. You really don't want to let go. But when you've got the Death card and then the Wheel of Fortune card both upright, it is just so clear that you've got to let it go. You've got to let it go. This is a rip the Band-Aid off moment. Put it to an end, move forward. You will find yourself in a much better position. You'll be much happier, more fulfilled. Yeah, stop. I know there's conflict around this. You're trying to avoid conflict. Maybe some betrayals, some secrets that you're dealing with. Disappointed, having to let go of some of the things you have been working hard to gather. I mean, it just is what it is. And I know you're like so reluctant to go off and change course and do things on your own. But this team, if this is a project at work or some kind of creative endeavor or even a family situation, it's not working and it's not going to work. Fool is coming in reverse. You're so apprehensive about making this change. Strength is coming in reverse. You don't think you can do it on your own. King of Swords is coming in reverse. You don't know how to go about doing it. Page of Pentacles is coming in reverse. You haven't found something that you can take the place of this thing yet. It's like you don't have direction. I'm thinking you're not going to have direction until you actually let this go. You may need to just let it go without a plan for the future. You might need to not have something in place yet. Right now might just be about letting this go and opening the space and allowing something to come in, okay? And then you'll have the inspiration. Hierophant, once you let this thing go, start leaning into more traditional aspects of knowledge and institution. Okay, this could be a mentor. And I'm feeling like right now for your reading, it's probably associated with some kind of mentor. A mentor is going to come into your life and you will be inspired by them, but they can't come in yet because you're still dealing with this stuff over here. Okay, so this is your clue into what's coming in next. All right. You're not going to know what it is yet. You don't have a plan fully formulated. That's okay. Right now, get rid of this, clear the space. Opportunities will be presenting themselves, okay? And then seek out your mentor. All right, that was Cancer. Thank you for that Cancer reading. Let's put these cards back in here, shuffle them all back in, clear out the Cancer energy from the deck. another card for Cancer? No. Yeah, okay, so I'm trying to clear out the Cancer energy from the deck, and I'm being told that there's something else coming in. So for Cancer, before you walk away, Queen of Pentacles is in reverse. And this is saying that as things are right now, you do not have what you need to facilitate growth. You need to be able to walk away from this. You're sort of trying to get blood from a stone is what's happening. So it's just like, this is sort of just like a kick in the pants. You know, you really got to put it to an end. All right. So thank you for that Cancer reading. Let's go ahead and reshuffle again and make sure that these are all cleared out. Yeah, that feels better. That feels like we're ready to move on to the next one. Okay. Third time's a charm. Oh, next up we have Sagittarius. Sagittarius coming in next. Could we have a reading for Sagittarius, please? Here we go. All right. Wow, Sagittarius, you've had a realization and you're no longer feeling trapped. It's like suddenly you have the answer you've been looking for and you're ready to move forward. The Hermit is talking about your introspection, maybe some time alone, separating yourself from a current environment, understanding that there's going to be a great deal of work ahead. There's an issue of missed opportunity in here. Let's get some more about this. All right, so there's some disappointments here surrounding your relationships, your stability. You're feeling like whatever you've been relying on to create stability and foundation in your life is somehow being a little bit shaken up, or you're missing an opportunity to enhance it because you're focusing on disappointments. That's what it is. So you see, you have this realization coming in, the Eight of Swords in reverse, right? That is, when she's in reverse, it's like the blindfold has been lifted. You're starting to understand that you're not trapped like you thought you were. And you're starting to see answers and solutions, okay? And there's this sense of being able to get a little bit of movement going. And then you've got the Hermit and the Ten of Wands. These two coming in here, both upright, are suggesting that you've been in a period of hard work and introspection. And through your introspection and understanding, you understand that there's going to be hard work ahead. And it's also like the end of a cycle. So ending this cycle is going to take a degree of work, and also beginning the next part of the cycle, the next new cycle. It's going to take some hard work to get it going. You're feeling, you still have lingering feelings of disappointment over the way things have gone. If you continue focusing on that disappointment, you're going to miss the opportunity to enhance your situation. You have a really strong opportunity right now to grab onto something and then move forward with it. Yeah, and then, yes, that is exactly what's happening. Wheel of Fortune card coming in here upright. Ace of Swords, don't deny the truth of the situation, okay? That's part of this problem here. It's like you're focusing on the negatives, you're focusing on the disappointments, but you're also sort of denying the truth about a situation. And then you've got the Star. You're exactly where you need to be right now. And as long as you can understand that this new cycle coming in is going to bring you the comfort and stability and union and happiness and celebration that you've been looking for. You start focusing in on that, you will have a great deal of success here. You're right where you need to be. The timing is perfect. It's all falling into place, okay? Allow it to fall into place and don't get hung up on the minor details that, you know, you might not be too pleased about. Just go for it, all right? And you'll be doing all right. So that's Sagittarius for today. King of Swords coming in reverse. Again, don't deny the truth. You have to embrace the truth, all right? You're going to need the truth to have the clarity to move forward, all right? Make sure that you're sticking with that. And yeah, something is coming to an end, a total end, and it's time for a new chapter. It's time to move on and create something new. So you're making the space. All right. Sagittarius, that was your reading. Thank you for that Sagittarius reading. Shuffle these all back in. Clear it out. See who's coming in next. Aries coming in next. All right, Aries. Could we have a reading for Aries, please? That feels right. Strength is the first card coming in, followed by King of Pentacles in reverse, Three of Cups in reverse, the Seven of Pentacles upright, and then the Chariot. All right, let's see what's going on here. So it's looking like for some Aries, you have been stumbling on your own ability to create your abundance and your wealth and your, you have been struggling to find ways to allow your productivity to be fruitful, okay, in ways that are King of Pentacles energy. So for like tangible ways. King of Pentacles is about abundance and, you know, having some degree of wealth, tangible wealth. Your Strength card coming in first here, it's like you have been navigating your situation with a great deal of ease and finesse. You've been really, really good at standing your ground, at making things happen the way you want them to happen without really bulldozing anyone. But you've also found yourself here in the Seven of Pentacles situation where you're not totally sure that you're satisfied with where your efforts have brought you. And there's some degree of distraction here coming in. The Three of Cups energy in reverse between the King of Pentacles and the Seven of Pentacles. This is saying that you may be spending too much time celebrating, partying. There's an element with the Three of Cups where sometimes substances can be involved, like you're abusing substances, could be hanging out with the wrong crowd. You're not getting, you're allowing your environment to determine your productivity a little bit too much. It's getting in the way of your efforts producing results. Does that make sense? And then you've got the Chariot coming in here. So the Chariot is the card that says it's really time for you to take control of your situation. You've got the two opposing forces pushing together equally, and they are propelling an object forward. And this is the contrast card. So you really want to take a look at what's going on right now and see the contrast. Be aware of the contrast and be prepared for forward momentum. If you're prepared for the forward momentum, you will maintain control over where it's going, and you have an opportunity to do that right now. And it's, wow, then you got the Fool. You're getting a lot of big cards in your spread today, Aries. The Fool, remember, is not talking about someone being foolish. The Fool card is talking about absolute potential, starting something new, being curious about the world, and being filling yourself with joy and curiosity and faith moving forward. When the Fool is upright, you don't have to worry about being too apprehensive, and you don't have to worry about jumping in too quickly. The Fool upright is about leaping, taking that leap of faith and allowing things to happen. So when you have the Chariot and the Fool side by side like this, I mean, they're so contradictory, because there is no control in the Fool. All of the control is in the Chariot. So you really want to just take that leap of faith, but also be aware. Like, take a leap of faith in the direction that you want to take it in and maintain control that way. Don't get hung up. You also are at the mercy of this Four of Cups here. Don't get hung up on disappointments. You're going to miss an opportunity. If you start thinking too much about all the things that could go wrong, or all the ways in which you're disappointed, or you're focusing on the negatives, you're going to miss this opportunity. All right. Lovers coming in reverse, Six of Cups coming upright, Six of Swords coming in reverse, and then the Nine of Wands upright. So there's this shift that's occurring is going to have an impact on your relationship, okay? It can right the wrongs of the relationship as it is, or it could cause conflict in the relationship because things are going to change. You want to have faith. You've got this Six of Swords coming in here. You really, and it's in reverse. So you're going to feel like things aren't going well. But the things that you feel aren't going well are all going to be created by your own false beliefs. You have the power here. You're starting with the Chariot, and then you've got the Fool. And then with this card, this really sums it up, how you need to move forward. You've got to have faith and not let your anxieties and worries get in the way. You have smooth sailing if you allow it to happen. You just have to allow it to happen, and you're almost there. It's like you're taking a moment right now to sort of look back, and that's why you're getting this, the Seven of Pentacles here. You've got the Seven of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. So you're taking this opportunity right now to see what actions have brought you to where you are right now. And once you step back into the game, you're going to see you've almost reached your point of success, but you've got to like step back into the game. Okay. Yeah. Don't cloud your vision. You're feeling a little bit confused about which way to go. That's coming in with the Seven of Cups. And then you've got the Four of Pentacles in reverse. Let go of your attachments to things. There's some things that are going to be sticking points for you, and you're going to keep on looking all around at all of the ways in which things could go wrong, or you're going to be attached to all these different options that you think you have, or you're going to be afraid to let go of some opportunities that you think might be coming your way. That's all going to be part of what clouds this direction. Okay. Let that stuff go. It's time to just leap, take the leap. And then you've got the Ten of Cups. If you can take the leap, you're going to find yourself in a place of great harmony and satisfaction and celebration. So it's like time to go for it. So Aries, that's your reading. Thank you for that Aries reading. Let's clear these cards out and get ready for the next, whoever that may be. All right, who's up next? Scorpio. We've got Scorpio coming in. Let's see what's up for Scorpio. Could we have a reading for Scorpio, please? Scorpio, your cards are like showing me some resistance here. All right, here we go. There we go. All right, so we are acknowledging the resistance. That's going to be important today. Scorpio, acknowledge the resistance. All right, Queen of Pentacles. Okay, Ace of Pentacles in reverse. 7 of Swords upright. 2 of Swords in reverse. Judgment upright. All right, what is going on? These cards are like all over the place. All right. I think for some of you, you're actually in a position right now where you've been lying to a female figure in your world. The Queen of Pentacles coming in here, she can sometimes represent a mother figure. And if you have been in a situation where you're not being honest with that person, it's time to come clean, all right? It's time to come clean so that you have the clarity you need moving forward. We've been getting a lot of readings today about acknowledging the truth. And Scorpio, yours is no different. There's some hidden information here, something that you have been hiding or something that someone else has been hiding from you. And it's really getting in the way. You're getting this Ace of Pentacles. Yours is almost very linear in this spread. It's like telling a story, okay? It's like you have this Queen of Pentacles figure, and you do not want to lie to them, because that is going to create a problem in your decision making, and it's going to cloud your judgment, okay? Let's not let this happen. It's time for honesty. It's time for truth. It's time for coming clean. Chariot coming in next. If you can be honest in the situation, you will be able to manage how things go about in the future, okay? You will be able to choose the trajectory, all right? But you've got to be honest right now. Queen of Wands in reverse. Scorpio, when the Queen of Wands, when any of these wand face cards come in reverse for you, I know it's because it's getting in the way of your ego and your mojo. And you're like, if I come clean right now, it's going to throw everything off course and I'm going to feel like I don't have control over it. But the thing is, if you don't come clean right now, something is going to get thrown off balance. It's going to be thrown out of your control. You're going to lose control and not have a way to manage it later. Like the truth is either going to come out, or the lie is too big to keep going in the way that you've been taking it. It's going to really mess things up. Yeah, then the Hermit in reverse is like, yeah, it's time to come out. It's time to come clean. You've got to talk about what's been going on inside of you. You've been bottling up these feelings and you're not being honest. You're not being honest about something. You've got to come clean. You've got to come clean. Hierophant in reverse, 3 of Pentacles in reverse, Ace of Wands upright. So this is really an opportunity. If you can come clean right now, it's an opportunity for you to enhance your cohorts, your family, your team. It's a way that everybody can get on the same page. You're going to be shifting the energy of the institutions that you have formulated. You know, the life that you have created for yourself needs to slightly have a little bit of shifting, a little upheaval, and sort of turn it on its head a bit, so that you can move forward in a way that's really productive and that you will want it to look like. So now is the time to act. That's why you're getting the Ace of Wands upright. It's also a reminder that everything's going to be okay. Some of these things over here have to do with fear, like the the Queen of Wands coming in reverse. You're feeling apprehensive. You're feeling like you don't have the agility to navigate this, but you really do. You actually do. You're being a little too trepidatious right now. Just start moving forward in the truth, and you're gonna be all right. You'll find that everything is really gonna be okay, but you gotta be open and honest right now. All right. So yeah, and I see that fear in these cards too. You're really afraid of how the truth is going to disrupt these areas of your life. This could be your home life, any kind of existing institutions, and your community, your family, your home, your church or school or work. You're really, really worried about how this truth is going to disrupt these areas. But it needs to happen. They're going to get disrupted in a much, much worse way if you don't handle this right now. Okay, so that's Scorpio. Scorpio, good luck with that. It could be, a little difficult to navigate exactly how to do this, but you've got it. You can do it. When you've got that Chariot energy coming in, you'll be able to maintain the trajectory. You'll maintain the conversation. Thank you for that Scorpio reading. Let's see who's coming in next. Pisces. We've got Pisces coming in next. Let's clear out Scorpio. Welcome in Pisces. Could we have a reading for Pisces, please? Welcome, Pisces. Pisces feeling playful. Pisces feeling playful. All right, Pisces, what's going on? Okay. Nine of Wands in reverse. Wow. So you are feeling playful, Pisces. You've just come through a pretty difficult situation, something that has taken quite some time for you to realize. And you are realizing that the light is at the end of the tunnel. Like you can see the silver lining. You're ready to celebrate whatever you've been working really hard on. And I'm thinking, it's some kind of union. I mean, when the Four of Wands comes in, usually it has to do with some kind of union. This might be a relationship with a significant other. It could be your union to anything. It could be your union in your company or your union in your family. It's friends, something of significant value that is like a partnership or a union. And it is a time to celebrate. And you're seeing that. It's like all of your hard work is paying off. And it's because you were able to recognize the areas that things were not looking like you wanted them to look. You could see the areas where things were really falling short, and you've acted on them. You've let go of the things that weren't working, and you have grasped the concept of learning how to implement new methods, which is really, really cool. That's hard to do, but you've done it. It's like you took a moment to really assess the situation, and you were willing to let go of the areas of attachment that were no longer serving the highest good. And you did that. You let that go. And you suffered the disappointment of having to let that go, and you found yourself in a position where suddenly a solution presented itself. And there's an opportunity of you learning new ways of being, new ways of doing, and they're working out much, much better for you, and they are enhancing the situation. This is a big problem solving. Like for a lot of the Pisces out there, if you haven't already discovered the solution to your problem by way of letting go of things that weren't working, you're about to. And it's going to create Queen of Pentacles energy, which is awesome. It's going to facilitate an environment where things can really be fruitful and abundant. You're going to see a lot of things stemming from this decision that you've made. It's really a massive solution to this problem. And it might have to do with attachments and bad habits. It's like some of you have really let go of some bad habits. I would go as far as to say that some of the Pisces out there have broken addictions or left really toxic codependent relationships. The Devil card is a strong card here. You know, when the Devil card comes in, it's no easy task, but some of you out there have done it. You bit the bullet. You let go of the bad ways of being, the bad relationships, and I say bad not in a shameful way, but the things that aren't working, the things that cause problems, things that create really negative energies. You have found a way to let go of that, and if you haven't already, you are about to. You're about to break these chains, and that is amazing. And then you've got the Wheel of Fortune card coming in. Pisces, you are on a roll. You are on a roll. This is a really big turning point for you. If you're a Pisces and you have not already tossed out the things that aren't working so that you can open the opportunity for the solution to come in, you're about to do it. It's a good time for you to do it, so go for it, because your Wheel of Fortune card coming in here upright right next to this Queen of Pentacles is a big deal. You're about to start a new and amazing chapter. Good for you. Congratulations, Pisces. I'm feeling really good for you guys right now. Thank you for that Pisces reading. Let's find out who's coming in next. Gemini. Here comes Gemini. Could we have a reading for Gemini, please? Pretty good bit of tension for Gemini. Something's going on here with Gemini. What is it? I got some worry to let go of. I think Gemini, some of you are feeling really stressed right now. It's like you don't know what to do next. I think you're in a position right now when you've got this 9 of Swords in reverse, okay? You're being offered an opportunity right now to start letting go of some of your worries and anxieties, but you kind of can't because you're stuck in an anxiety spiral. You know, this is one of those times where logic isn't going to help. You've got to do some deep breathing exercises. You've got to do the cold ice pack on the forehead. You've got to get up and move. You've got to go outside and get some fresh air. And the antidote to anxiety is action. Remember that. So today, Gemini, whatever you can do to act, doesn't matter what it is, pick the smallest problem on your list, okay? It could be picking up that tissue that's been sitting on the floor for the past 3 days and throwing it in the trash. That is enough to get you started, and then move on to the next thing, all right? So if you are feeling stuck with anxiety, Gemini, understand that trying to sit and ruminate and stew and come up with solutions to all these problems is the worst thing you can do right now. You're not going to get the clarity you're looking for. And then you've got the Queen of Wands. So yeah, you really do need to move. You need to be agile right now. You need that action to get yourself back in a place where you start to transform back into yourself again. This is the card of agility and confidence and stability and creativity. That's the Queen of Wands, and being able to communicate the solutions, being able to communicate the creative aspects of the solutions, okay? That's what you're going to offer yourself by acting rather than stewing, okay? So stop trying to come up with the solutions in your mind. They're just not going to be there in the way that you've been trying to find them. Here's what, I mean, the thing is, it's looking really good. If you can start this active process and get the creative juices flowing, you will find yourself at a point where you can begin to move past the disappointment. It's like you've got this 5 of Cups coming in here, and it's giving me the feeling that something did recently happen that's been really earth-shattering for you, really disappointing for you, or you're trying to prevent this really terrible thing from happening, and it's got you all worked up in a tailspin. This is going to need its own space, all right? This is something that you will be able to move past if you start the action now. That's why it's in reverse. And then you've got the 8 of Cups. The 8 of Cups is when you pick up what you can to take with you and you leave the rest behind. You're deciding what to walk away from. It's a new trajectory. You're going to have to listen to your gut here, listen to your intuition. Those messages are going to be coming in, and you're going to want to listen and follow those breadcrumbs, okay? Those are going to be some of the solutions to your problems. Just listening to those breadcrumbs and following your intuition. You're getting yourself to a place where you're actually going to find a great deal of confidence. You're actually going to be in a position where you see the answer, you know the direction to take, and you're so confident and passionate about the solution. People are going to want to help you. They're going to want to be on board. You're not going to be alone. I think part of what you were worried about is the feeling of potential loneliness or isolation. You don't have to worry about that. You've got the 6 of Wands here, and you're going to have the team that you need, okay? You can be vulnerable. You can be vulnerable, and you don't have to resist this. You don't have to resist the new life and the new energy that's coming in here. You also don't have to be ashamed of anything. You really are kind of afraid that if you, like, I don't know what, but part of your worry is shame and embarrassment. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about the shame and embarrassment right now. Just worry about making sure you're taking action. Let all the other stuff go and just start taking action. And it is going to be the solution for you. The World card coming in here is a reminder that things are about to shift. Things are about to change. You're about to start a new chapter. And in order to start that new chapter that's going to end up being a really fantastic chapter, this is just a minor hurdle. I'm getting the sense right now that you are feeling so anxious and worried and making this such a big deal where it's just, you're catastrophizing. Did I say that right? Catastrophizing. And you don't need to be doing that. That's just getting in your way. So start acting now, okay? Gemini, that's for you. I hope that sent the right message to you. I hope you heard what you needed to hear out of that. Things are going to be okay. Thank you for that Gemini reading. Let's go ahead and shuffle them all back up. Good, hard, solid shuffles there. All right, who's next? Capricorn. Capricorn, you're coming in next. Could we have a reading for Capricorn, please? Page of Swords, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Wands, Page of Wands in reverse. Let's get more on that. Page of Wands, Star in reverse, Queen of Cups in reverse, 2 of Cups in reverse, Lovers in reverse. Interesting. Emperor in reverse. World in reverse. Wow. Page of Pentacles in reverse. Page of Cups. Okay. Really interesting spread here. So you're starting out with the Page of Swords. Capricorn, it's time for you to learn something new. It's probably time for you to go to school. It's time for you to maybe enter into a program where you're going to be working with other people and bouncing ideas off of each other. Things are going to move very, very, very quickly for you, all right, in doing that. The thing is, you're going to hit a stopping point because you're going to feel like this is not inspiring. Like you don't want to go back to school. You don't want to take that class. You don't want to join that team. You don't wanna, right? Like there's the Page of Wands coming in here is just so uninspired, you know, because it's upside down. This card is coming in reverse. You're feeling uninspired. You're not going to get the inspiration until you take these steps. And the lack of inspiration is really going to put you in a weird spot because you're going to feel stuck. You don't want yourself to get stuck here, okay? You've got, if you take this position where you decide you're not inspired and you don't want to put the effort into something, what you're going to find yourself dealing with is being in the wrong place at the wrong time. You're going to sacrifice your health and mental well-being. You are going to be dealing with emotions that you don't know how to navigate. You're going to find yourself relying on codependent relationships and unhealthy situations and trying out partnerships that are not in your best interest and aren't going to work. You're going to have a problem with your relationships, your romantic relationships. It's going to impact those. You're not going to know how to maintain control or navigate or manage the situation. That's why your Emperor's in reverse. You've got the World coming in reverse here. Like, if you don't act on this now, the implications of inaction right now are going to be far-reaching. They're going to interfere with almost every aspect of your life, except for maybe your friendships. You might be able to, you know, kind of hold on to making new friends and holding on to your friendships. That part of your life might be okay. Everything else, though, is not looking good. You're going to find yourself in a position where you can't figure out how to get the income going. You're really going to find yourself in a tough spot. And I'm getting big energy here for you specifically today. I've been doing these readings for the past couple of weeks, and there's something that keeps coming in. This sense of little action right now is going to create major results later. Little tiny things that you do that you know you're not supposed to be doing right now could result in really big consequences later. Like you couldn't have predicted the implications of those consequences. And the little seeds that you plant right now that are, you know, to be harvested later, that you want to grow, they are going to have equally enormous results. So by going and taking care of that thing right now, even if you're not feeling excited to do it, if you take care of learning it right now and plant that seed, you're going to be moving very, very quickly into success. Whereas if you let your lack of motivation and lack of inspiration get in the way, the implications of that are just going to be all over the place, and you're going to really regret it. You're going to regret not doing it. So Capricorn, if you're thinking about doing something, going back to school, getting into something, it's definitely time. Don't let people talk you out of it, okay? There are going to be people trying to talk you out of this. Do not listen to them. They're going to be really good at it. They're going to persuade you. They're going to woo you. They're going to give you all the reasons why you shouldn't do this. If you're in a relationship with a person and they don't want you to go back to school because they like having you at home or, you know, getting all of your attention, they're going to try and convince you not to do it. If you are working for a company right now and they don't want you to go back to school because you're not going to be able to work on the projects they want you to work on, don't listen to them. They're going to try and offer you perks and benefits, and they're not going to help you as much as this path will. So keep that in mind. You have a challenge because you're not particularly inspired to learn something new right now, or at least if you've been thinking about it, you're feeling very much like it's not worth the effort. It is. It's worth the effort, and it's going to save you in big, big, big ways. All right? Not doing it could result in some really, really uncomfortable consequences. So Capricorn, you're getting this green light to go and learn something new. It's time. All right? Thank you for that Capricorn reading. Let's find out who's coming in next. Taurus is coming in next. All right, Taurus, what do we have for you? Could we have a reading for Taurus, please? Okay, I think that's it. All right. All right. 7 of Wands in reverse, Chariot upright. 7 of Pentacles in reverse, 10 of Wands in reverse, Justice. Okay, so Taurus, it's looking like you also have been kind of working on something and putting a lot of effort into it, and it's just not going anywhere. You've got the 7 of Wands in reverse. That usually indicates a failure to manage something successfully, a failure to succeed, difficulty navigating a situation. But then you've got the Chariot coming in here, upright. And it's like, it's suggesting that you know how to do it. You know what's needed, but for some reason, things aren't falling into place. It's like you have all of these hurdles, you know. It's like you know how to get it done, and some things just keep getting in the way of success. It's because you're pursuing the wrong thing. There's some of you out there are putting a lot of energy and effort into pursuing something that isn't meant for you to be pursuing. Okay, and you're being asked right now, if you're in that situation, you're being asked to let it go, because that is what's going to bring you the karmic justice and balance that's needed. You're fighting for something that you maybe shouldn't be fighting for. I'm wondering, I'm getting the sense that for some of you, it's like this has to do with interpersonal relationships that really are none of your business. Like you're trying to help a couple, you know, like people are going through an ugly divorce, and you know what it's supposed to look like. You know what they're supposed to do and how they're supposed to take action. But they're not listening to you, and it's driving you crazy, and you're upset because you don't want to see your friends in pain. You don't want to see their children go through this mess. Maybe, you know, you're trying to tell them, look, I know this great attorney and you should just call them. And they're like, no, we're going to do everything online. We're going to save the money and do it ourselves. And you're like, it's going to turn out to be a disaster. There's something about your reading today, Taurus, where you need to kind of step back and let other people handle their own business. And if this is directly pertaining to something that you have been working on and you've been trying for, understand that if you're in a situation where you keep trying, and you're swimming upstream and you're battling, and nothing ever seems to work out, even though you know you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing, it's because it's not yours. You've got to let it go. You will be better, your energies will be better used somewhere else, and that's why the Justice card is coming in upright. Okay? So that's your message, Taurus. Yeah, then you've got the Nine of Cups. You will find so much satisfaction unexpectedly if you can let this go. All right? The satisfaction is coming. And then there's the Death card. You really do need to put this baby to bed. Stop working so hard on whatever this is. Cut your losses. Rip off the Band-Aid. Let it go. All right, Taurus, that's your reading today. Thank you for that Taurus reading. Let's clear that out. All right, who's coming in next? Aquarius. Next up is Aquarius. Could we have a reading for Aquarius, please? Oh my God. Okay, we're going to do one of these here because these cards are like popping out all over the place. All right, a reading for Aquarius, please. Is that you? Okay, so Three of Swords right off the bat, Aquarius. That's the first time I've seen that card today. Three of Swords, Two of Swords. A lot of people working through their disappointments right now. You're getting the Seven of Pentacles also. And then you've got the World. Okay, so for some of you, Aquarius out there, you know that you're in a relationship right now that isn't working, and you are at the point, your breaking point. You're ready to end it and decide what's coming in next. I think for some of you, you've actually already ended it, and you're getting through that heartache. You know, this is the heartbreak card. So some of you have already ended a relationship, or it has been ended for you. And you've been going through the pain, and you're still there, and you're trying to figure out what to do about the situation. When this Two of Swords comes in, you feel like you have equal pros and cons. You feel like there's no clear solution because you're between a rock and a hard place, or it's a no-win, or you know, things are equally good on both sides. It's really when you have this dichotomy. And often the truth is it's a false dichotomy. This card is about having a false dichotomy established. You want to let go of that blindfold. There's more truth, and you kind of you kind of know that subconsciously. If you start listening to your gut on this, you kind of already know that you're not really dealing with the dichotomy, that there is another solution somewhere, there's another option, but you haven't been paying attention to it. Sometimes it's because we just feel overwhelmed. Sometimes we create a false dichotomy, or we only see two options because we don't have the mental or emotional energy in that moment to consider another option. You know, like the creativity isn't there. We don't have the energy to come up with some solution out of left field. But it doesn't mean the solution isn't there. And if you are sitting on this false dichotomy, you're going to just continue sitting and being exhausted. Making no choice is making a choice, okay? And that's usually the worst thing people can do, is to not make a choice. It's time to make a choice. It's time to, you know what, or get off the pot. And in order to do that, you've got to lift that blindfold and see everything really clearly for what it is. It's time for a change. It really is. I think for some of you, you're in a situation where you know that you need to break up with someone. You know a relationship has to come to an end. You don't want to do that. But you know it does. You know it does. It's not working for either of you. And it is time for a change. Okay? Aquarius, some of you are really going through it. There's the conflict card. Yeah, I'm thinking that some of you have just been stuck in these really bad relationships. Maybe not like terribly unhealthy, codependent, abusive relationships necessarily, but relationships that aren't working. Constant fighting, constant commotion, confrontation, always bickering and arguing, never able to just have a straight conversation. It's like every time you try to have a conversation, it turns into a fight, you know? It's a lot of work. There's a great deal of burden in that, all right? Have a little faith. You've been single before, right? If that's one of the worries that you have of like, I don't want to enter back into the dating world, or I don't want to be alone. If I leave this relationship, I'm going to be by myself again, and I don't want that. Or, you know, it's like there's something that you think is going to be worse that you're going to have to deal with if you get out of this relationship that is no longer working. But it's not going to be as bad as you think. It's going to be much, much better than what you're in now. So for some of you out there, and obviously not every Aquarius on this planet right now is dealing with a situation where they have to break up with someone. But that being said, it's a community reading. So if you're an Aquarius, think about a situation that you have not been satisfied with for a long time. And think of those areas of your life where it creates more conflict than it's worth. You can never seem to have a moment of peace when you're dealing with it. It could be, for some of you, it could be as simple as having to, donate an old car that isn't running properly, and you keep on putting money into it to fix it. For some of you, that's what you're dealing with. But no matter what, if you're an Aquarius, you got to really look at the areas of your life where things have not been working. You're afraid of the heartbreak of losing them, and see if it's really time for you to let those things go. We've been getting that message for a lot of people, but for you Aquarius, it's like really, really clear and very direct, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Like you just got to do it. You just got to do it. Rip off the Band-Aid. Okay, is there one more card for Aquarius? Queen of Wands reverse, Seven of Swords upright, King of Pentacles in reverse, Four of Swords. Okay, so for some of you out there, this does have to do with a relationship that is, there's some infidelity, sleeping around. For some of you, it's gambling. You've been sneaking around gambling, or the person that you're with has been sneaking around gambling. Like for some of you out there, it's clear that there's something that's been going on behind your back, and it's a bit of a betrayal, and you haven't understood, you haven't known exactly how to navigate this. And so it's stopping you. You haven't been ready to confront this head on, and it's causing problems. So it's time for you to really focus on it. Give it the space for a minute and get some clarity so that you know how to act on it. But don't keep brushing it under the rug. All right? So, okay. Thank you for that Aquarius reading. Let's see who's coming in next. We've got 2 more to go. Let me shuffle these back in here. Libra. Next up, we have Libra. Could we have a reading for Libra, please? What does Libra need to know right now? What's coming in for Libra? Here we go. All right. Queen of Pentacles. Wow. Four of Swords. The Emperor. Wow. Ace of Pentacles in reverse. The Star in reverse. The Moon in reverse. The Lovers upright. Okay. Okay, so for some of you, for some Libras, you are experiencing a time right now where you may be dealing with the illness or loss of a child. Queen of Pentacles and the Emperor in this reading, it's a lot to do with mother and father figures. And the reason that the Queen of Pentacles was chosen rather than the Empress is because it has more to do with fertility and birth. So there's a chance that for some Libras out there, you're really, really struggling right now because either you've been unable to conceive, or you're dealing with a miscarriage, or the death of a child. God, which is, I don't even want to go there. Or you're remembering a child. Some of you are really having a hard time with this, probably because it's the holidays too, so that's really difficult. Yeah, and I feel like for some of you, the overarching message is like you've spent another year trying to conceive and you just have not been able to conceive. You really, really want to have children and start your family, and the two of you would make incredible parents, and there's so much love between you, and you just can't seem to find your way to create this family. And I'm wondering if some of you have just gotten the news where you've been trying, and now you're at the point where you can't try anymore. Like it's a done deal. Because the Ace of Pentacles, Star, and Moon are all in reverse here. It's been a messy go, and it's been really, really hard to deal with. Let me take a sip of this. Yeah, you guys are thrown off course, and you're starting to think about what you can do. All right. The Chariot in reverse, the Devil upright, the Hierophant in reverse, the Six of Swords upright. I mean, this is going to sound like the last thing you want to hear right now, but you've got to have faith. That's what's coming through in these cards. You've got to let go of your control over the situation and have faith. There's the over-control aspect of the Chariot, the unhealthy bondage and control of the Devil. The time to change course with the Hierophant in reverse. There are institutions that are just not working. This could be, For some of you, it's time to start thinking outside of the box. For some of you, it's time to consider adoption or foster. It's maybe if you haven't already tried IVF, maybe it's time to try IVF, but I'm feeling like that's not it. That's not it. Because that is too involved in the institution that I'm feeling is time to walk away from. Maybe for some of you, you still have a chance to get pregnant on your own, but you've got to leave the doctor or listen. You got to stop listening to the direction that you've been getting. Yeah, obviously this reading does not apply to all Libras, but some of you guys out there really need to hear this right now. And this is a reading especially for you guys. Yeah, you've got to throw caution to the wind, okay? And have faith and just see what happens. Just see where this goes. It's time to let go of control. It's time to let go of trying so hard. It's time to see where life is going to take you, okay? Sorry, yeah, and that's gonna open some doors for you. All right, that's gonna get you out of this state of mind. I think for some of you, you're feeling like you're a failure in some way. You've got this 8 of Swords coming in here. Yeah, for some of you, having children has been a really defining part of your character. You've always planned on having children. It's always been a big deal to you. Children have been a major part of your life in some way. And if you're finding right now that they're not in the way that you had hoped, having faith in the process, trusting the process, and letting things switch up when they need to is going to give you that sense of openness, that sense of ability to pivot, ability to move forward, changing the false beliefs that you've built up around this. It's going to let go, yeah, and it's going to let you let go of some of the worry. I think maybe for some of you, you really have been misjudging your family situation. And you're going to find a great deal of love and comfort and stability and a new way to see your family. If some of you are out there dealing with the news that you have a child who is having some kind of an illness, suffering from an addiction, if something has recently happened to change course with your child and how your child impacts your family, for some reason, this is what's needed right now. And you've got to have faith, and things are going to be okay. Things really are going to be okay. And I know I'm hearing that for some of you, you're like, no, things are not okay, and things are not going to be okay. And I get that. I'm feeling that for you. I'm really, really feeling that for you. All I can say is that this is the card that's coming through at the end of your spread. And this is the 10 of Pentacles card, which really does mean a whole, safe, happy family, legacy, generational wealth, abundance, safety, security, and there's a concept also of like a paternal figure, like a really strong paternal fatherly figure that is watching over the family. That's coming through in this card. So sending you all the love, just so much love and healing your way. I don't know exactly what you're going through, but I am understanding that it's really, really a lot for some of you. And I'm going to leave the Libra reading right there. So if you are a Libra that is not going through that personally, you may know someone who's going through that, and it's your job right now to be very, very aware of it and you may need to step up. You may need to step up to the plate and show some compassion and caring and love and help in the situation. Yeah, because somebody's going through heartache right now. All right, so be there. If you're a Libra, not going through the heartache just described in that reading, understand that you are someone who can really help someone else right now, and you want to be there for them. All right, thank you for that Libra reading. Finally, up next, we have Virgo. Virgo has a penny stuck to the back of it. So I'm going to leave it there. See, I have some coins in this, and here it's come off now. But okay, Virgo, you've got a penny. You've got a penny coming with you on your reading. So let's see what this has to do with Virgo. Maybe this is going to be about money, abundance, wealth, career, inheritance. Let's see if this is about money, Virgo. I'm thinking if you got a penny stuck to you, maybe it's about good luck. Could we have a reading for Virgo, please? Okay, it is about money. We've got the Six of Pentacles coming in, the Fool coming in, the Four of Pentacles coming in, the Emperor, Ace of Cups, Two of Swords. Okay. Three of Wands, Nine of Swords, Knight of Swords, Four of Cups, Two of Pentacles. Okay. All right, Virgo. So this is very, very much about your finances, okay? You have an opportunity coming in here, and I think that it has to do with making some investments, saving some money, being really, really thoughtful and managing your money wisely right now, because you are going to be presented with a new opportunity, a new way of bringing money in, or maybe you're going to have some kind of a windfall where you have this money all of a sudden and you don't know what to do with it. It's going to be time for you really, really, really to, I think, invest it in the future, because I think you're going to be making a choice here about, okay, do I take this money right now and clean up some stuff that's been lingering, or do I invest it in the future? And I'm thinking you really need to invest it in the future. It's like, yeah, it's becoming so clear, this reading. So one option is take a step, invest this money, make this money turn into more money, okay? The other option is to try and repair past mistakes. Maybe it's about cleaning up debt. Maybe it's about investing in something like a car. You know, it's like something that is very temporary. It's like you do not want to put your money into anything right now that is not an investment, because you're going to find yourself in a constant cycle of being broke. All right. You are going to have an opportunity right now to invest in your future. Don't worry about the debt at the moment. I think that's crazy that I'm saying that. And I'm not a financial advisor, okay? I know nothing about money. So take my words with, you know, a grain of salt, but listen to Spirit, because Spirit is saying with no question that if you don't invest your money properly right now and you try to clean up some past mistakes, you're going to miss a big opportunity and you're going to end up finding yourself in the same cycle of debt. All right. So it's like you really need to put this money to use. You need to take this money and turn it into more money. Allow the money to grow and figure out a way to invest this in your future. Yeah, I mean, wow. It's not time to just save it either. Like you don't want to, this Four of Pentacles coming in here. It's like when you get this money, you're going to kind of need to strike while the iron is hot for something new. You're being offered a new opportunity, one with a clean slate, full of potential, but you're going to have to invest in it. You're going to have to put your money there. Don't wait. Strength card coming in here. This is you see the eternity, the infinity symbol in the Strength card and the infinity symbol in the Two of Pentacles. What are you going to regenerate here? What do you want to keep falling into here? Are you going to create financial strength for the future, or are you going to create the same degree of juggling all the time, trying to live paycheck to paycheck, paying your bills? Think clearly, look at things logically, and then communicate your desires. You may even want to speak with someone who knows more about money than you do. And here's the Judgment card. Use really good judgment right now and invest your finances. If you get some money in hand, you invest it. And you should listen to other people that really know how to invest. If you don't know how to invest, you know, on your own, if that's not what you're accustomed to, if you're someone who is, you know, pretty good with money, you know, you get your bills paid, you don't overspend, you know, but you really don't know how to make your money generate more money, listen to somebody who can give you some advice and then take it. Okay. Virgo, that's your reading. That's pretty exciting. Let's see what happens with that. That's very, very exciting news. Okay, thank you for that Virgo reading. Thank you for all of those readings. Some of the messages coming through today were really very direct, very specific. And I'm trusting and I have faith that the messages are going to reach the people that they need to reach. And so I thank you all for being here. If you found that information to be valuable or entertaining, please help me out by liking and subscribing and sharing with your friends. I just recently got my first 200 subscribers. Really excited about that. Trying to accomplish a goal of reaching 500 subscribers by May of 2025. So if you can help me do that, by, you know, sharing, liking, subscribing, commenting, boosting the algorithm for me, it will help me get this message for spirit out to everyone. And hopefully the world will be a little bit better than it was yesterday. So thank you guys again. Have a wonderful day. I will see you tomorrow for Third Eye Thursdays.